Stacy. So we are talking your health with Dr. Scott Ackerman today. 3 stories that have been making the news this week. We want to kind of delve into it a little more, including how breastfeeding can help prevent endometrial cancer. And drinking tea could apparently alter a woman's expression when it comes to their genes, and that means it could prevent cancer as well. And olive oil and how it could help fight brain cancer. So some of these things are simple things that, we don't even think about. I know I have a 2- and a 4-year-old. I breastfed for both of them.
Good.
And I knew there were a lot of benefits, like losing weight. I thought that was a cool one. But, when you talk about cancer and endometrial cancer, it is the 4th most common cancer for women. So that may be something to get people to consider breastfeeding.
Well, we know that breastfeeding benefits the child. We know breastfeeding also reduces one's risk of breast cancer, but now this study shows it also reduces the risk of endometrial cancer. So they looked at women. This is a study from Australia which looked at 10 or 15 different studies looking at breast cancer, at breastfeeding, and it showed that there was a improvement for up to 6 months of breastfeeding. There was a continuous improvement in the reduction of the incidence of endometrial cancer. Beyond 6 months, there wasn't much additional benefit, although there's benefits to the child beyond that, but it reduced the incidence of endometrial cancer. And the reason is probably because when you're breastfeeding, your estrogen production is diminished a little bit. And we know that estrogen is related to endometrial cancer. And they controlled for other factors too, like obesity, which is related to endometrial cancer, and number of pregnancies and that sort of thing. And they found that even when you control for all that, breastfeeding for 6 months or more will reduce your risk of endometrial cancer by 11%.
So the long-term benefits, though, because the breastfeeding would reduce your estrogen during that period that you're breastfeeding, why do you see that long-term benefit?
Well, we know that with breast cancer and endometrial cancer, the incidence is related to the number of years a woman has continuous estrogen stimulation of the breast tissue or the endometrial tissue. So early onset of menses or late onset of menopause gives a longer period of time, and those women have a higher risk of breast and endometrial cancer. Women who've never had a baby have a higher risk of breast and endometrial cancer.
So just that period of time that you're lowering the estrogen helps.
Absolutely.
All right, I want to talk about this tea because I know people who are living by tea. They get their green tea every day. Even if they do coffee, they want to make sure that they're doing tea as well. So in women, this could also potentially do the same thing as far as lowering estrogen levels?
Yeah, we don't know. So there's a Swedish study looked at tea consumption and coffee consumption amongst men and women. And they found that there was no difference in coffee. But in people that had that drank tea regularly, not in women that drank tea regularly, that there was an alteration in the genetic expression associated with estrogen. Well, we don't know what that means. We just know that there were certain enzymes that were found in the blood, these methylation enzymes, which were related to RNA, and that altered the expression of certain genes. So the postulate is that maybe drinking tea is going to alter the amount of estrogen stimulation, and maybe it'll alter it in a good way, so that'll diminish your risk of certain cancers.
And like you're saying, I mean, this one is new and it needs to be studied, but it might be something that they'll latch onto and just do more research on. Olive oil. We know the Mediterranean diet. Gosh, you talk about the benefits of just, getting down to the olive oils, the fruits and the vegetables. Preventing brain cancer, that's one we've never heard.
Well, oleic acid, that's the ingredient in olive oil that's important, that makes olive oil special. And oleic acid has been shown to help cognitive function and help delay Alzheimer's disease. And so they looked at it in the Petri dish with brain tumors and found that the oleic acid inhibits a certain enzyme that will prevent the RNA from minimizing brain cancer tumors. So this is another leap, but still, it shows another way that maybe we could look at medications, or maybe other way we look at how to target brain tumors. Brain tumors are bad. Most brain tumors are benign, but there's a subset that are malignant brain tumors, and the body has a self-regulation mechanism, and maybe the oleic acid will help that self-regulation mechanism to prevent brain cancers.
Thank you, Dr. Ackerman. A few things that maybe you want to add to your diet or consider if you're having a baby or you're nursing one now. You may want to do it longer than you thought you might have. Appreciate you coming in. All right, so we just gave you a lot of information. If you'd like to review it, we'll put it on the morning show page on news4jax.com. You can rewatch the interview. You can share it with someone who might find this information helpful. Okay.